Hello everyone, my name is Sriram Iyer. I'm an analyst at the Commodity Research Desk at Reliance Securities. Welcome everyone to this week's gold podcast. So gold and silver prices are on their way for the second weekly loss. Prices were weighed down by the strength of the dollar and the strengthening bond yields, US benchmark bond yields after several Federal Reserve members this week called for an early tapering of economic support to help chart a tighter monetary policy. The FOMC minutes, which was released this week, showed that Fed officials agreed at the November 2nd and 3rd meeting to begin reducing its pandemic relief of $120 billion in the monthly purchases, with a timeline that would see them tapered completely by the next year, June 2022. Additionally, the dollar and the bond yields also rose this week after Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell was nominated for a second term by President Joe Biden. Dollar rose, suggesting that some had been betting on Lael Brainard, who leans more on the dovish side of things, would likely to have led a lower for longer approach of monetary policy. On the data front, initial jobless claims for the state unemployment benefits tumbled by 71,000 to seasonally adjusted 1,99,000 jobs for the week ending November 20th. Additionally, US GDP data increased by at an annual pace of 2.1%, slightly up from the pace of 2% seen in October. Some respite came for the prices from the safe haven appeal for the metals after news that Austria would reimpose full lockdown to tackle a new wave of COVID infections, while signs of Germany could also has done the same, supported the safe haven appeal. Additionally, on the inflation side of things, we saw that the core PCE index, which is the Fed's preferred inflation measure, accelerated to 4.1% in the 12 months through October, after a 3-point advance in the month of September. So I think inflation limited the downside. Higher inflation, of course, we know that gold is used as an inflation hedge, so some downside was limited. But looking ahead and over the last couple of weeks, we have seen that there are only two catalysts which are moving and will move the markets in the next 1 week or so, which is inflation and the Fed speak. Traders will need to wait and watch what happens over the next couple of weeks ahead of that December meeting. But they will be keenly awaiting what the Fed will do. They will have to wait and watch what the Fed do, because one of the reasons why the Fed may be cautious is their rising COVID cases, especially the new variant which has emerged in South Africa and Botswana, and this has prompted, of course, the Britain, UK, United Kingdom to introduce travel restrictions to South Africa. So I think it will be a very important meeting going forward, and markets will be looking ahead to it. Of course, the dollar and the bond yields will continue this momentum upside, taking support from reports that Jerome Powell has been re-important for the second term, which could see which could reinforce market expectations that US interest rates will rise in 2022. Markets, of course, will be also looking to cues from the speeches by Fed Chair Jerome Powell and Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen next week in front of the Senate Banking Committee. But I think gold could continue to struggle next week amid expectations that the Fed may begin to ramp up its tapering, or at least think about raising rates at a more rapid pace than previously expected, and this will continue to keep, or I should say, will continue to limit any further upside in the market. So I think overall it will be bearish momentum still dominates the market right now. We have to wait and watch how the non-farm payroll pays out next week, next Friday. So that will also be keenly awaited by the market participants. On the charts, spot gold, if it's able to breach on above the 1800 mark next week, then we can see some uptick possibly towards 1830 levels. But if the markets are not able to breach 1800, then I can see markets retesting that 7050 going forward in the coming week. Domestically, Support zones, I should say, are in the range of 47,300 to 47,100 levels, and major close below that will pull prices towards 46,500. If the markets are able to hold on to the supports, I think the resistance of 48,000 to 48,250 can be tested going forward into next week. But again, it will be data dependent and what the Fed will do going forward in the next couple of weeks. So that's it from our side. Thank you for listening. Have a very pleasant day and have a very pleasant week ahead. Thank you.